Hey everyone, what up? Satsmate is here, and I have something crazy to talk about, and that is the price action. You guys actually don't even need me to talk about this because you could look at any chart right now and you will see the price pumping from 52, 53, 54, 55, just hit $56,000, and who knows? It may go up to 60, may go up to 70, and it also may go back down. The whole point is this. We got to remain consistent, or at least I do. I try to remain consistent with my stacking. Yes, in the last whole bull and bear market, I did stack at 69,000, but I also stacked at 14,000. And I obviously try to work and increase my position size throughout the times where it goes down, and I try to decrease it when it goes up. The whole point with this is dollar cost averaging, or just sat cost averaging, where you try to not time the market because nobody knows where the bottom is. In fact, I know many people when Bitcoin hit about 16,000, 15,000, this is right when FTX went under, peak fear, everyone was scared. People were actually waiting for the price down to go to 10,000. So people said, you know what, I'm going to buy Bitcoin when it hits $10,000. Well, guess what? They never bought any Bitcoin because the price stayed at 15,000 a coin. And the thing is this, people don't go all in at certain prices because they don't know, like, hey, it could go 50% lower from here, or it could go 75% lower. We all get in at the price we deserve. And at the end of the day, we need to be comfortable with our stack size and do our best to protect it. Now, I will say this. Yes, in the bull markets, just like everyone else out there, I feel like I don't have enough. And in the bear markets, I feel like I have too much because I see my net worth going to zero. The point is this. We need to be consistent with our stacking because you never know. You just never know where things will go. Many of us, especially myself, believes that there is a decent chance at hyper-Bitcoinization. A future where a Bitcoin or a Satoshi will be worth a glass of water in a desert. At the end of the day, fiat isn't worth anything because it's not backed by anything. And if it is backed by military or government force, that's something that funds violence and evil behaviors. The Bitcoin community is very strong in their line of thought, and I think it's only growing and growing throughout all the circular economies we see throughout the world. Now, anybody that tells you out there that they know the price is going to hit X amount by X date, they're full of themselves. Nobody knows the price that it's going to go. It could go down to $5,000. I think it's unlikely. Could happen. Let's just say MicroStrategy loses their keys, or there's a situation where they have to sell everything and they have 190, 200,000 Bitcoin. Something happens. I don't know. But they lose it all. Yes, the price could literally tank 30, 40, 50, 60, 70%. Or you can see a nation state adopt, like an interesting example would be maybe a country like Greece, relatively large country, or a country like New Zealand or Australia. What if they adopted Bitcoin? That would just cause the price to shoot up to 500,000 to $1 million per coin. We don't know what the future holds, and I think we can all weight these scenarios according to the likelihood that they'll occur. I strongly believe that we should not have FOMO because I'm kind of looking at myself. Right when the peak low happened, I lost my job. I couldn't be throwing all my money into Bitcoin or else I would have been on the street, guys. I literally had to pay rent that month and I didn't have the money. I did have the money, I had the fiat, but I couldn't buy Bitcoin. I didn't have any new money to buy Bitcoin, so I was in a situation where I couldn't buy as much as I wanted to. But that is life. In life, you sometimes miss out on certain opportunities. Sometimes you see the opportunity coming and you have to fully take advantage of it. And I think nowadays, we all need to look at this. This is a good example. Is it going to break the all-time highs? I don't know. The macro picture is really looking weak. I think it looks weaker than it ever has before. We're seeing this capitulation. We're seeing this double top. It almost looks like we just passed a bull trap and we're just hitting another euphoria stage right before the big crash. We need to know also that Bitcoin has never been through a major bear market because it was birthed out of the last bull market or bear market in 2008, 2009. How will it hold up through all that? I don't think it's going to, I mean, I think it'll hold up better than the stock market, but I can't see it like 500xing. I could be wrong, but it's a risk asset, or at least it still correlates to many risk assets. So hopefully it breaks out of that. I know in the long run it will break out of that because it is not a risk asset. It's one of the hardest forms of money out there. But we got to be honest with ourselves what stage in the adoption cycle it is. Overall, when the price goes up, just think about this. Think about maybe you can reduce your allocations and enjoy some of the money now that you have coming in. Maybe if there's been maybe if you think you're going to live 10 more years in this world, maybe you can sell 0.1 or 10% or whatever your stack is, 1 Bitcoin if you have 10, and maybe you can enjoy a 10th of your stack on a nice vacation for 9 months. Money is meant to be enjoyed. It's not just meant to be saved and hoarded and just kept in a safe vault. You got to enjoy, because guess what? We all have one life, and everyone says that the price will go to infinity, and I think eventually it will, but you also need to go, like, if you have a family of 5 and you say, hey, because Bitcoin's price is going to go up next year, we're not going to go on vacation this year. That's not going to fly, guys. That is not going to fly at all. People still need to live and enjoy life. And I think if Bitcoin's price goes up, some can say if you held through that 2 to 3 year bear market, you should be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, your conviction, and your hard work. For me, I'm not selling any. I'm going to keep going harder than ever. But I do understand that people, they have different situations in life. Maybe they want to reduce their stress, and if their position size gives them a lot of stress, go ahead. In the end, this is a big lesson. It did come back. I think there's potential that it may go to 100,000 or 200,000 by the end of the year. I just know it's going to be a really volatile year. It's going to be one of the most volatile years because it's an election year, because inflation is hot, stagflation's increasing, companies are laying people off. So I can't tell you what the future price will be, but I can tell you what I'm going to be doing, like I've always been doing for the past several years, and that is buying every single day to the most of my ability and trying my best to earn as much as possible to optimize my stacking ability. Anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys think the price will hit 150, 200,000 a coin? Or do you think we're going to see it retrace back to 30, 40, 50,000 a coin? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, I hope you have a good rest of your day. SatsMate is out.